Alright, once your form is all taped up, and you'll notice the amount of tape that I used pretty much. I made sure all the sides are covered as the best that they can, and we're ready to paper mache. So you'll need a bowl of warm water, you'll need your bag of your plaster strips, and most important, something to work on. So the mess mat that I gave you at the beginning of the year, if you don't have that, some newspaper, an old towel, something to cover your table, because you will get drips and it will get messy, okay? And it's always good to have a roll of paper towels handy just in case. Alright, so to paper mache, those of you who have never used the plaster strips before, okay, you are going to completely submerge the strip in the water, and then you're gonna try your best to make sure it doesn't crinkle. Okay, we are working in this remote setting, so I only gave you 10 to 12 strips. Okay, so we have to make sure that we are using, we're maximizing the strips that we have so that we don't run out, okay? So I kept it nice and wide, and I'm just using my 2 fingers to get any of the extra water off as possible. So then we are going to just lay it across our form and blending it in. So you see all these little holes that are in the plaster strips? It's really important that we use our finger to smooth them over and get rid of the little holes so that our plaster will form and be as strong as possible. Okay, so all we're really doing is the plaster dust that is on the strip. We're just smoothing it out and making it a nice even coating. So I'm wrapping it around the sides as well, and I'm going through and getting rid of those holes too. If you find that a piece of your strip isn't that wet, where you were holding it, it didn't get that wet, just dunk your finger in the water and you can go back through and do that again. Okay, smooth down all your edges and we can go for the second strip. Now normally I would say we should overlap, but because we only have a limited amount of strips for right now, I don't want you to overlap so that we can coat the entire form. Okay, so I am going to position it on this side, and again, I'm using my finger to smooth it out, make sure I'm covering and getting rid of all those little holes the best that I can, and so forth. You're going to want to cover both the front, all the sides, and the back with your plaster strips. So like I said, we're going to have to try not to overlap and to try to keep them as wide as possible so we have as much coverage as possible. Alright, so I will let you guys get to it and I will show you a video or picture of what mine looks like when I'm done.